My name is Maike Gabriela, and I am a human design reader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the Human Design Reader Certification. And I have helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds to understand and read their human design chart. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 different pillars that you can find to understand what definition means and what it represents when you're looking at your own, or also trying to understand the people in your life that you love and you want to support a little bit better. To start, we have to understand what definition even stands for. So definition is the circuitry of your human design graph. As you will see in the body graph, there are different channels that connect to each other. And this is where the energy flows. And depending on how the energy flows and which energy centers connect to which energy center, there is a certain conversation to be had. If you want to learn more about each energy center, I advise you to watch this video on the energy centers that I have already recorded, which is super insightful. And so once we understand how the information connects to each other, we can also see where we have to become more self-aware. What are the steps that we can do to start integrating our energetic authenticity and really move into alignment so that we can just have less resistance, more flow, and just more empathy, love, and understanding for our true, authentic self. So the first definition, ladies and gentlemen, is the single definition. And the single definition is that chart that is the most independent. The way that you're going to spot a single definition is that there are only connecting lines through the energy center. So all defined energy centers are connecting to each other through fully built channels. And so there is no gap, there is no separation. People who have a single individual definition are those people who are really independent, don't need other people's help, move freely on their own, don't feel like they are looking for somebody to complete themselves, and are people who can just work great doing their thing. They have this innate capacity because all of the energy centers talk to each other, that they're able to understand what life brings into their orbit, or just like the experiences that they have, they can really make them out for themselves, find solutions for themselves, and in general, just really enjoy being by themselves. I am somebody who is a single definition, and so I really know this one well. Feel very independent, don't really like asking people too many questions or input, and that's just very characteristic to my definition and my design. Then we're gonna have split definition, and split definition, you will be able to see it because we're gonna have 2 defined energy centers that are connecting to each other but not with each other. Okay, so there's going to be 2 differentiated aisles of energy centers that are sharing information within each other, but they're not all connecting together. And so what's going to happen is that somebody who has a split definition might have the feeling that they have 2 personalities living inside of them, that they have 2 parts of themselves that want to be expressed. But because they don't have any means of communicating to each other, they feel separate within them. And so those that have split definition are souls who really enjoy being in monogamous relationships, who really enjoy having that one person in their life, maybe their mother, their best friend, or their romantic partner with whom they can exchange conversation, where they get home from a long day, they're like, oh my God, there's been so much happening, I need to talk to you to understand what's happening. And those are the ones that have split definition because they just need one person, one energetic blueprint to gap those 2 energy centers so that they can start communicating with each other. Then we have triple split and quadruple split, and triple split and quadruple split are really just 1% of the population, so they're extremely rare. And we can use the same base of analogy to really look at them. Triple split and quadruple split are designs and definitions where you will see that there are 3 separate combined aisles of energy centers, meaning there's 2 together, and another 2 together. Obviously, it could be more. It could be like 3 in one row, 2 in one row, and another 2. You will always only find definition when there's 2 defined energy centers, because that's the only way that they can connect to a channel. So when there is a channel in your design, it's the only reason why energy centers light up, fill up, because they have this input of energy. And so if you want to learn more about defined and undefined energy centers, we have a beautiful video that really describes how those energetics work. So watch that if you haven't. And so the triple split and the quadruple split really need a lot of influence from other people. They can feel very caved in. They can feel like they are stuck. They can feel like they can't breathe if they're not intertwining and connecting with different energetic auras. Because they have so many different splits, even though those splits probably are not very wide within their graph, even though they're very close, that's where we can see the most conditioning. Because what's going to happen is that when we feel like we could just connect to this other energy center that allows us to express the things that we want to express or feel what we need to feel, when there is no connection but two defined centers, that's where we're going to find the most tension, the most conditioning. Because we believe we can, but our design is actually telling us that's not authentic. And so when we meet another person, they will bridge the split, is what we call it. Then, we meet another person that bridge another split. And so triple split and quadruple split have so many different splits that it's rare that one person can meet and combine all of their energy centers. And so when they, go out and have a coffee, eat in a restaurant, take a stroll in a busy street, that's when they can actually really start, analyzing the information. Those are the people that when they're in the meeting is done and they, go to the person that was sitting next to them and they're like, oh, what did you think about the meeting? And they need that information. Then they will go to the secretary and be like, oh, did you listen? What's your opinion? Then they'll go to somebody else who was in the meeting, was like, oh, can you explain that to me? I didn't really fully get it. Those are the people that need heavily being involved with other energetics for them, all of the energy centers to start making sense and connecting with each other so they can actually translate and absorb that information. And then last but not least, we have the person that has no definition, and that's obviously going to be our dearest reflector, because reflectors are completely open. They do not have channels, so they don't have any definition. And so what we just have to be aware of is that depending on the planetary positions, depending on the person that they have in front of them, they're going to have definition that is influenced by outside circumstances. But actually the reflector in its innate solitary energetic authenticity doesn't have any definition. I hope that this information will serve you to start looking at your body graph and at your human design from a different perspective, understanding how the different energy centers that represent certain things in your life are communicating with each other and are allowing you to digest life's information in a particular way that is uniquely correlated to the way that you are here to express yourself. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. The more I get your support, the more we can share this valuable human design information with the world. And again, if you have any questions at all or you want to leave me any feedback, I appreciate your comments so much. Leave your comments down below and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Remember, I don't care what anybody says. I love you.